want to talk about Omar Azzam. If we look at the timeline of Azzam's collegiate career, freshman year, up and down, wrist injury sophomore year, misses most of the season, came back in nationals, played eight. I didn't know what to make of him, and I notably left him off my preseason All-American team. Obviously now, having made it to the quarterfinals and, of course, the semis, he's guaranteed a first-team All-American spot. So I was mistaken, and I'll tap my chest and throw a hand in there and say my bad. But I just didn't know, okay, this guy's playing eight at the end of last season. He's coming back from injury. Is it a fitness thing, or is he not, fully healthy yet, or what's going on? Just not sure, because I think mentally we've seen him implode, to be honest. And he answered a lot of questions this past weekend. So if you look at the draw, he did not have a bye, which is interesting, because all the other semifinalists, the top 8 seeds have byes. He's a 13 through 16 seed. So this weekend, ripping off wins against Yuri Pelbart, who's a really physical player, Fede Sosa in the second round, more of the same, another grinder who's having a really nice season for Princeton, and beats Tad Carney in 3 games, which is, you could argue, probably not on par with the Heng Wai Wong over Malkafegi upset, but it's close. But watching Tad there, Omar was very patient, because we know he's an incredible shot maker, but he played a really patient brand of squash, and when he had opportunities, he could not miss. And so you got to give him a whole lot of credit for that win. Tad, fresh off a win the weekend before last, in straight games over Hafez, plays one of the best matches of his career, turns around and Azzam gets him in the round of 16. The number 1 overall seed in the event on the men's side. It was a huge shocker. And then goes out and wins a 96-minute 11-9 in the 5th over Loa Sur of Trinity. And we see him go the distance with an incredibly fit, an incredibly tricky and infuriating player in Loa Sur, another guy that's just sort of pesky. And he wins that match in 96 minutes, which I think if you told me Loa Cern is going to go to 96 minutes with Azzam, I would say I probably wouldn't believe you that it's going to last that long. But I would say, okay, if it's going to be 11-9 in the 5th and it's going to be 96 minutes, I would think it's probably, you'd think Cern is going to win that, just given the matchup and the playing styles. But no, Azzam gets the win. And that was just, a really, really impressive 4-match winning streak before ultimately he loses out to Irfan in the semis. I'm going to be really curious to see if he's playing 3 by the end of the season for Harvard, because he's really found his groove and he looks real good. So is he going to leapfrog Dennis and or Costales? I don't know, because both those guys are great, but also both sort of having some weird results in the first 60% of the season. Be very curious to see where Omar finishes up.